Instagram and on all right. Yep, I'm on Instagram. I'm on both. Yep, I'm on there. So they say if you got questions, hop on. Nah, you might pick up some of them. We talk about little stuff. All right, thank you. Well, this is what we're gonna do. So, heads up, yeah. Get a couple people in here. I'm doing something a little different today. I want to be trying to do it live here on YouTube and on Instagram. Hold on a second. There we go. You don't know what's going on with this thing. So, welcome in. This is the One's Vegan Journey. So this is 720X. So y'all know me. Um, on here, we're just going to talk about my journey as a vegan. I've been doing it for 15 years. Um, like I said, I ate meat probably two to three times as long as I ate, you know, meat. So yeah, I just want to get on here and talk to y'all on here. Uh, thank you, thank you. I can see y'all. What's going on, Brian Goddess? What's going on with you? So, um, couple things we're gonna be doing on this channel. It's brand new, and if you know me, I'm not really the on the camera type. So you won't. This is new for me. This is me stepping out too. So hopefully, inspire y'all. Some whoever's watching to step out and do something you're not used to doing. Just kind of what's going on. Let me see here. Now, I don't know how to do this thing on the Instagram too. So if I don't get to do that too, so we'll figure it out. So what I am going to do is I'll talk about some of the things that I've been through, went through, over the time. So it's done everywhere I go. People ask me questions about what I eat, and it's generally like I'm not the person who comes up to everybody and I'm not that vegan who goes up and tries to downplay um to kind of downplay other people's what they're eating. No, I just sit back quietly. I'm good. I want to eat. I'm good. I'll be sitting up there the whole event and not eating. So I'm okay with that. But people ask questions that might, hey, why you eat this way? So uh, I'll be answering some of those questions. If you leave me looking down at my phone, that's I'm figuring out how to do it with Instagram. So this one right here, my assistants and everybody kind of all doing their thing tonight. So working 9 to 5. So um, before we get into it, I do want to say, y'all, those that know, hey, it's been a lot going on out here in these spiritual streets. So hooray for justice. Cool. Move on. Now, today we want to talk about willpower. Um, I came up with a concept. Now, again, y'all can let me know. Um, you know, how just questions you're going through. Um, now we're to Brian Goddess. This is the first question of the night. What started me on my vegan journey? Great, great question. I was at a movie shoot, the first one that I was ever a part of, and we were on break, and the lead actress was in a conversation with a few other people. They were talking about food, right? Um, and she was talking about the fact she didn't eat pork. And someone in the group, and again, I assumed just like a lot of people in the room that it must have been because of she was, for the Muslim, so I didn't. But she was really emphatic. Said, "No, no, no, I have nothing against them, but that's not why I did it." She went into the whole thing about the worms, and so that caught my attention already. Like, wait, worms, So I started kind of investigating that, and then as I started doing it, and I did my own experiment myself. Okay, let me see for myself, and yeah, there's worms in pork. So um, at that point, I stopped eating, and I kind of noticed the difference. And I said, well, if I stop eating this, as I started learning about that, you kind of see little cross references about veganism, types of ways of eating. So I said, you know what? I started there with the pork. I just kind of stepped it down: pork, red meat, chicken, fish, which is probably is the most toxic out of all of them, right? And then a dairy and cheese. Now, that leads into the next question here is the hardest part to transition. Was the dairy and cheese? I'm just being honest with y'all. That's the hardest part, and I think that a lot of people who do eat vegan, when they came out with kind of the mock cheese and all that kind of stuff, man, I'm tell you, you know, man. So yeah, that was the hardest part of the whole journey. Like the pork, that wasn't, hey, it's worms. You're eating worms. People call it sausage. Even if the people who eat chicken and steak and all these other things, well, you gotta remember how do these things get put back together once they're grinded separately, right? Um, yeah, see, you said dairy is easy to leave, right? Makes you feel, but at that time, that was the hardest one to go because I just kind of feel like, you got to think. Well, I thought, okay, egg going to cakes, so there go to cakes, said, sweet tooth, so yeah, that had to go. Uh, yeah, that was kind of hard, especially growing up with that being those being staples in a house. Like you're gonna drink some milk, whatever you're gonna do. You're gonna have some milk, right? It's just a part of it. Eggs. Hey, well, we trying to keep you alive. Now, again, I can't. With everybody, how we grew up and what we were taught and what information was available. Hey, it was that. This is like again, this was my journey and making that choice. The thing about the eggs, man, I put my mom one day, man, and she was eating. She had like a pack of hot dogs and a dozen of eggs. She fed all of us for a week, and just little by little, So yeah, I mean, I get it. People eat it, but it just wasn't, that. And also too, I wasn't the one who's like looking at it from kind of like I don't worry anything that was killed by animal, kind of stuff. I'm not. I Yeah, I'm like, that's just what it is, I try not to, if I have my choices, yeah, you're gonna see 'em wear something cotton or something that kinda grew, uh, you know so, yeah, so that was the thing about the dairy, and also too, what I don't miss is, being sick. So, like, you got a lot of people that's down right now, it's really, really hard for, um any kind of sickness attached to you. You know, now we talk about protein, right? So the question comes with where do you get protein? That's a question that comes up a lot, a lot, right? Uh, but I don't have any problem with it. Your greens, your spinach. I eat a lot of spinach. You, the protein is everything. You got all kinds of peanuts, all these kind of things. You can eat cashews, walnuts. You name it. And a good book. If you're looking for a couple of books. Matter of fact, hold on one second. I got one better. Better than tell you to go get the books. Let me show you the books. Y'all don't mind. Sorry, I'm back in the galaxy. Yeah. All right. So, and it's just to give you a couple books there. You can get these books at the Doc Bookshop. Dr. Martha Ashby, Comedic Diet. So you have this one. So this kind of give you looking at for what why you eating. Like if you're eating for protein, you can go through and find those. He has a lot of good recipes, and he kind of takes it from a like from a spiritual standpoint too. So, oh yes, potatoes, man. Don't get me started. You're gonna make me go to the store in a minute. Yes, sweet potatoes. Man, baked sweet potatoes. Look, you bake some sweet potatoes, you don't have to put anything in it. Uh, if you want a little cinnamon in it, maybe, but yeah, sweet potatoes. Man, it's that back together. Yeah. Uh, the other one here is by Dr. Layla Africa, and it's African Holistic Health. Uh, Rest in power to the great. I said, man, he was a funny guy, man. He had you laughing and really down to earth. And I think that's one. And if you see down here, it's recommended by Dick Gregory. So he's you know, just again, go just check him out. It's a good sources. Like I said, we can go through here. You got a mineral guy. It's kind of anything you want to look, little recipes. So really, really, great books to have in your library. Hopefully, you're building your library. Whoever you are, you're building your own library. If you're not, build a library. Okay, So yeah, you're right. This book has a lot of information, and you either have to take your time and just read the book, or you're gonna really have to make sure you go back and read it again. Uh, Definitely. Other two, this is one you want to go back, and he deals with um a lot of the third dimensional stuff out here too. As far as the governments and that kind of stuff too. So he kind of goes more into that, more of the Pan African look into it. You know, Walter Ashford, cool. His approach is a little different, right? So, but try both of them out. Yes, yes. Reference page is how. Oh yeah, the reference page. And if you, man, what I like about want to ask me, he has these little charts back here, so you can kind of plan out your diet and things that you want to do. So how to adopt the diet program. So these are just some guides for you. So yeah, so the protein thing. I mean, I get that question a lot, and also too, I'll share this with you. So a lot of you know me. Well, people know me from whenever you know me, right? Whatever dimension, right? So for years, when I was eating, when I before I became vegan, and this is about it was 15 years ago. I was always the smaller in the group. The short guy, right? Um, so I would always try to bulk up. Man, never did like the steroids or the creatine. I would always try to do it the right way. I had partners who played football, so I would go on their weight gain regimen with them. And the most I could get to eating meat was 165, and it was unhealthy. Back then, I'm talking about I was drinking beer. I mean, I was active. I still played basketball. I still do some stuff, but it was it was not healthy to me. See, and that was the most I could get. I mean, no matter what, I couldn't. But I never said about 150, 155 for years, all my young years. So now I stay at a comfortable about 192, and solid. It's been this way for a little good fighting weight, right? Uh, so oh yeah, man, I feel like man, and look at this other thing. So this is the good part about this journey, like actually having a detox. Uh, it took a lot. It took a lot. I came up with two brothers, and we were competitive eaters. Just being honest with you, hey, yeah. You say I'm 192. Yeah, I'm 192. I'm 192. Don't even look like it, right? And if I were to tell you how old I was, you'd be like, whole nother question, right? So yeah, 192. Depends on some week. I might go down to about 186. Depending on if I'm just on one of those water weeks, and I just when it's time to go, it. Um, I don't do a detox on a regular because I really don't need it on a regular. Because I eat clean, so it's not really a whole lot to have to detox. Like if I'm detoxing, I've probably been going out to eat a lot with, events or, just out, or maybe I'm one in the mood. Sometimes I get in those moods where I just want to go try the nearest Thai restaurant and just see what it's like, right? Uh, so, and when I go, I'm not, hey, I'm being vegan doesn't mean you can't eat the portions that you want to eat. Um, and matter of fact, it actually helps you because when you get done eating, you generally have uh, energy to go do something. It's rare that you eat a full meal and want to go lay down, you know. And I get it, we all may not be able to get there to the total vegan spot, but the whole point is what's your intent, right? So whatever you're eating, as long as you know why am I eating this, right? So we're talking about willpower today. Why am I eating this? So some things you're willing to do, some things you're not willing to do, right? That's for anybody, right? Yeah, it's the itis, right? So I don't get the itis anymore, right? We'll get through eating and I'm ready. If y'all been around me, right? And if people ask me, man, how you getting so much energy? We go to sleep and you done created 8 more channels, 18 beats and all this other stuff, right? Uh, yeah, it's your intention. Like no matter what it is, whether uh this is anything, it's just why am I doing this? So in this case of willpower, um, what am I willing to do? And since knowledge is power, how much knowledge can I gain to assist me with my will? How much how much can I gain? Because the more that you learn about whatever it is, so in this case, being a vegan, the more I learned, it gave me much more power because I knew why I was eating what I was eating and why I wasn't. It didn't matter to me what anybody thought about it. It didn't matter to me. Trust me, being you get the peer pressure is gonna come. Um, so yeah, for me, I don't, I didn't. It's not a big thing, you know. So yeah, do your intention. What's your intent? Let's go to I want to talk about this willpower thing. I don't know if I can. I'm not gonna try to share the screen because it's got. If y'all see this over here, I don't. I've done a bunch of these lives and it is never like this. But that's okay. We're gonna go to willpower in from the Merriam-Webster or what dictionary. What they said, man, right? Definition is here is the ability to control one's own actions, emotions, or urges. It covers a lot. Control your own actions, emotions, and urges. Um, yes, you do need willpower. So, um, great question. Leading into this definition I'm talking about here. So I'm going to bring up. I'm just give you the example of when I was living under a bridge, right? So at that point, I was into my journey, right? So it's I don't know how many years ago it was. I know that, like I said, as I was doing, I was really standing on my square. I didn't have, of course, I was living under a bridge, so how much money can you really have trying to work daily labor job? So really didn't have much to get anyway. So, so that was a whole nother story. Whether willpower comes in because I knew that I had already done the research. So if I ate something that goes against, well, could we call this a temple, right? We call it a temple. We talk about it. So if I know that I'm about to put something harmful in my temple, and and there's an option because the option was this. The option was, hey, if you say you connected, be connected, and I was connected. The universe saved me. Whatever you want to call it, that was okay. When I would go to control like my urges, as far as so we're so the action. So to help myself with the willpower and actions, instead of leaving the food there while I was sitting under a bridge, like who's really gonna know except me and me, right? But I can't lie to myself. So we would go to the food pantry, of course there's all the homeless people out there, you run into because you're trying to get these day labor jobs, so that's a whole nother thing. And some of them had cars, some of them not, so you find one that had a car and you get down to the food bank and they give us all these, little portions. I would give 85% of all of the food given to me, I would give it to all the other homeless people. I would keep that little 10, 15%, whatever was left that I can whatever I could eat without having to cook. That was the other part, like, well, how am I gonna cook it, right? Um, so I gave all most of my food away and, hey, figured, "Hey, y'all can have it and, Imma be okay." So one my action was, "Hey, instead of being tempted to have it just sitting here, let me go and give this away." Now it's not even here. I don't even want to have to deal with that. Uh, they didn't have to know. None of them had to know. I could've we picked that box up. I could've been like, "Hey, y'all, you know what? Imma give it to somebody down the road and give them the impression that I was going to give this away and still kept it and ate it, and nobody would've known, right, except for me. But guess what? I love me. So that's the other part of that. Uh, the urges, one of the things I did is, I just drank more water. That was my other thing too. I said, "Okay, you know what? If I fill up you drink a lot of water and portion out what I'm eating, then, hey, I can make it." So, that's how that was the other part of that, as far as the urges, the emotions of it. Yeah, it's rough. Then again, I'm just talking about that 6, 7 however long months I was underneath the bridge. I was underneath there when it was cold, and I was underneath there when it was hot. So it started in the summer and all the way to the winter. So, that's a whole 'nother, that's another whole thing, right? Hey, how you doing? What's going on? Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining in. So yeah, so under that bridge time, that was probably the best opportunity that I had to exercise my willpower because it's one thing to have willpower, right? But just like any other thing, you want to exercise. You have gifts, you want to exercise them, or you want to be better at something, right? Uh, you gotta exercise. And to be honest with you, and to everybody listening, when I was under there, and like I said, when you talking about willpower, I thought about, like, am I willing to trade my own personal knowledge and dignity myself and just eat some of this, hey, just 'cause, hey, I gotta survive, right? Well, obviously, I didn't have to do that. Now, how did I how did I kinda know that I was gonna be okay? Now that's going into the meditation and kinda seeing things a little bit further down the road, so when things were coming up, I already know that, hey, this is gonna be rough, whatever this is. But since I've seen the other side, people I've seen in my all that, well, no, I've saw other stuff, right? So I know this ain't the end. Um, and after that, and then that night, the first night I was out there, um, let me back up. Then I'm gonna go back to the first night because it's important. I knew that whatever I'm gonna have to do is for on my journey, what I'm doing for y'all, for us, for what we got. I knew the magnitude of that when that time is coming and this time is here, right? So, these questions will be coming up about a lot of different things, and I didn't wanna be a hypocrite at all. So, even though I could have been under the bridge and ate what hey, if anybody would have suggested people were telling me that. People like, "Hey, man, come on, man. Look at you, man." I think I got down to, like, about 135. Yeah, man. It was I was lean. I would walk into the, I would walk into the day labor place every day, back and forth. I would get up at probably about 3, give me about 15 minutes to get myself together. I'd take about a 45-minute walk there, um, till I could be there at 4, so I could be one of the first people in line to hopefully get out, but they was racist, so they was on some other stuff where you look up at the end of the day some days, and it's only the black people who left there, right? So, um, that was just the only thing I would do would make me mad. I just go outside and start a lecture, and we start talking about I saw it said in Heru, so, you know, that so that during that time, those people were telling me, "Hey, man, man, come on, eat, man, it's okay, man. We not gonna, we ain't gonna hold it against you." But I would not have been able to sit with myself here and say these things to you because I would know, right? And so I knew then that I said, yeah, I would be true to myself. So, but I knew it was about a bigger, picture. And what helped me that night, the first night, that's going back to that, the first night, I was now the circumstance of me getting down there is a whole we be on a whole nother live about that, but basically, I just walked away. I decided that, I wasn't gonna trade in my morals for the music industry. So, I kept doing what I was doing, but the first night was it was raining, and it was a lightning storm hitting the field. It was, like, way on the west side of Fort Worth. So, if you know about the west side, it's a lot of land out that way. You go way further out west. Um, and that day, I kinda had a conversation and I'm sharing this with y'all because, hey, it's I'll be sharing it with you, yes. Um, I had a conversation with the creator, the universe, whatever you wanna call it, me or you, whatever you wanna say it. We were having a conversation that night, and I was a little bit kind of feeling again, my emotions, like, my kinda was like, "But man, I'm trying to do everything to help people, and they just didn't see it." People just wasn't seeing what I was, and I wasn't hurting anybody, it's just I was just I'm on this kinda stuff, you know, eh, right? So I went out in the middle of um, uh, the lightning storm and stood out in the middle of it and had a conversation, and that's it. I was like, "Hey, man, if I'm not supposed to be out here, then go I mean, if I get hit, I get hit, but I would've stood in the middle of the lightning storm and rebirth." So, I'm here. And like I said, that was a time for me. Once that night went over and I realized, dang, I just whew, kinda realized what just happened. Oh, my willpower went through the roof. Man, you talking about nah. I mean, after that, man, you couldn't tell me nothing at all. You couldn't tell me nothing before that, but now, no, mm-mm. I'll be hungry. That's okay. I'll take this hunger and wait a couple days to eat if I have to, and still be in good health, rather than getting something to put in my stomach to ease my stomach pains and the grumbling and all that kind of stuff. No, 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 no. I love myself too much. That's why I named the channel. This what I did was that one's vegan journey because I don't, I can't tell y'all what to do. I can only share what I went through. So yeah. So that hope that's answer your question. We talking about willpower. It started out under a bridge. So well, that's not started, but that was probably the toughest part, and the most rewarding part too, just to being able to say, "Man, you know what? You went through that part. You made it through that." You know? So that was that part, so this is why, I'm saying the willpower, once you kinda realize w what your why is, why you doing whatever it is, and you stand firm on that, then just gain more knowledge about the subject, and just that way your willpower just becomes stronger and stronger. And you'll know when these tests come about because people around you are gonna start seeing different stuff out of you. They'll start I'm telling you, people be taunting you, uh, I look, and other myself, I love me and I love all of y'all. I love everybody. The haters, thank you, 'cause you don't know. Anyway, uh, but I love my mom, right? Man, I'm tell you one day, she know I'll tell you, one day she got some pizza and I was hungry. She was out there messing with me. "Now you sure you don't wanna eat none of that pizza? I know you trying to, eat, but you wasn't raised a man." I was like, "You" she laughed and stuff. Well, I was talking about that the other day. So anyway, yeah, so people gonna try you. People gonna try you. You just gotta be able to develop the willpower. Now, again, this is something that should be able to transfer to anything you're trying to do, not just eating vegan. If you're determined, whatever it is, hey, I decide I want to do A, B, or C. I'm going to. Yeah, that was just me, man. I was like, man, come on, man. And look, at the time, I was hungry. But I didn't wanna let them I was like, "No, I'm good. No, no, I'm good." Whew, man, and it was tempting because she was like, "Well, just take the pepperonis off of it." Oh, man, it still got cheese on it. It still got the dough, you know what I'm saying? It's eggs in the dough, miss a whole lot, and I'm like, "No, no, no." But as it turned out, we were talking a couple months ago, she everybody looked at her crazy, and she looked I say, so what do you be eating for some you done had a stroke, barely could talk. She trying to ask me, "Hey, so what kind of smoothie you got?" So we had a good laugh about that too. So shout out to her, and like I said, man, well, she was a good teacher. She is a good teacher, so, um, yeah, so willpower, we talking about drinking or man, it's a whole lot of stuff, you name it. But whatever it is, say you say, I wanna You say, "I still got pepperoni juice." Man, I'm telling you but look, if everything that you eat that you like, they have figured out a way to make a vegan version, and I don't know if she on here, but there's a lady, that I, talk saw earlier today, man, she was talking about she made some, uh, vegan deviled eggs out of, mushroom or something, man, I was like, "Man, that look good," right? So yeah, so they call them, mock meat or, and that's a whole other thing too, but if you just like the texture of it, you can have those things. Like, if I wanna go get a pepperoni pizza, I can go get a vegan pepperoni pizza, and, you got people who cook these kind of dishes, so everywhere, and eventually, we're not doing it today, uh, obviously. 'cause we out in the galaxy, but we're gonna be in the kitchen one day, and we're gonna start cooking some stuff on here too, live, and we'll kinda get into, how to eat, uh, without breaking the budget. Like, people say, "Man, vegan eating is, is expensive." No, it's not. No, it's not. I done ate vegan when I was broke. I done ate vegan when I had money. So it don't no, and it don't even matter. It's just how you go about it. Like, you can grow your food. If you're in a place where you can't grow your food, I'm pretty sure that there's probably about 5 people that you know, out of 1 of them has a backyard. Y'all can work something out. Just saying. When you go into, shopping, we'll kinda go into that kinda stuff, how you can make some meals for under $8 and feed, however many people, so that's gonna be all coming up, as we kinda get into this, we more get into it. And definitely by, all means, in between these lives, y'all kinda let us know what's a good time for y'all, I don't know, I'm here for y'all to answer y'all questions, that's why I'm here, and again, thanks, Brian God, you know for coming in, she's real true. And if y'all haven't heard her do poetry, oh, man, the lady is talented, y'all. I'm telling y'all, go and follow her, and I'm not saying it 'cause she's on here. I would say this to people that out in the street, go follow her. She is yeah. Oh, yeah, can't wait to see the meals. Yeah, it's gonna be live. Um, I've been getting into cooking some little, different types of soups and stuff, recently, so we're gonna do that, and the good part about what we'll be doing is look forward to we'll be traveling, uh, kinda the way the galaxy is everywhere, right? So we can kinda go anywhere in any city and kinda link up with, chefs there, and so we're gonna have a little bit of fun with this one, I hope so, That's the whole, point of it, right? We're supposed to be learning from each other, and why not make it fun and enjoyable? Like that's a part of this journey. And when we talk about willpower, it becomes easier once you realize, wait, I'm doing something good for my temple, and I want my temple to run optimum so that I can run my spiritual optimum. I'm choosing to upgrade my temple. Yay. Clap yourself up for that. Yeah. Yeah, let's go to, Twilight Bon Vivants. Wait, I said it right. Get your dishes on there. Yeah. I hope some of those dishes will be, at the Doc Bookshop tomorrow. Just saying, that would be kinda cool since, boy, be up there kinda DJing about 2 or 3 hours. Yeah, yeah, I know, yeah, yeah, go in there, yeah, be a couple hours, yep, and then at the end, people like, "Oh, man, you didn't get nothing?" Really? Yeah. So, yeah, yeah, go check out our page, y'all that's watching us down the road, this is live we on YouTube and on, Instagram, so this is my first time trying to do both of them. So shout out to both, everybody on both, platforms. Um And I'm not gonna keep y'all up here too long. Yeah, like I said, I just wanna make sure, we get this, toolkit going. This month, this we're gonna be talking about, kinda willpower and kinda ways to increase it, exercises. A couple things I did wanna share with y'all is, um, I went over there, social events, okay, and, small steps, um, take small steps in, training your, willpower. Uh, real small steps. Exercise you can do is, a word diet. So give yourself, say 100 words, and that's all you're gonna speak the whole day, or just for the next however many hours. But, it's up to you. But I would just say give yourself 100 words and don't go over that amount for the day. Just a little those are little small exercises that you could do just to taste it. Um, Go to your favorite restaurant that serves everything that you do that you would like to eat and go in with the idea of just meditate. I'm cool. I'm gonna go in here. I know why I'm going in here. I'm going in here to work up my willpower. And maybe I'll take someone else who go out to eat. Hey, y'all enjoy it, but today I'm just kind of chilling, man. I'm really, and do it intentionally. Just one meal, right? So yeah, you say you're something other than a word diet. Okay. Well, you talk at work. Uh, when you get out of work, give yourself give yourself 50 words. I only have 50 words I'm gonna express between now and the time I go to bed. And I'm gonna tell you all this stuff telling y'all is from my own experience, right? So that's stuff I would do. Like when I was running restaurants, I would go 3 days without speaking, just on at all to nobody at all. Still running a restaurant, still communicating what I need to do. People were still understanding. Like people would get the point that it wasn't mean, it wasn't out towards them. Um, you said 50 words. It said I'm with the word. Let's say I'm with the off work 50 words limit. No call. So yeah. So and this the thing. When you work out, right? You go to the gym and you say, "Hey, I'm going to work on whatever it is," right? Are you going to pick up the lightest possible weight every time? Or are you going to kind of, you know what, maybe instead of the 5 pound a day, I'm going to grab the 10 pound, just give myself just a little bit more resistance, right? Uh, Take those 50 words and go to a packed event and cut it down to 25, 20 words. Give off the same energy, have the same conversation, nonverbal with everyone there. So now you just put down the 5 pound weight and you got the 10 pound, right? Just grab just a little bit, little bit by little bit, right? So take those same 50 words and like I say, go out where people would normally be expecting you to speak and do whatever, right? So yeah, he said, "Well, I gotta sell my books, 25 cent words, man. Yeah, for real." And you know what happens is you really learn a better way of articulating what you want conveyed. That's really the side benefit of that particular exercise. Because then you really start thinking like, man, do I really talk too much? And so Uh, another another side to that, and again, this just you guys say side effects, right? So you got medicine, all this stuff got side effects. Well, guess what? These little things that I'm sharing with y'all, they have side effects too. So of course, that's one of the side effects is kind of thinking about what you're saying. The other side effect is when you do speak, it really carries weight because you're around people and you're not saying much. You're still smiling, you're participating, you're laughing, and you're doing those kind of things. But when you do say those 2 words, 3 words, whatever you're using in that moment, watch what everybody do around you. They're gonna listen. So for people to say, "Well, hey, I don't feel like I'm being heard," well, this this exercise and willpower will give you those side effects. And it's with anything. I'm gonna tell you what I learned, what I do, how I'm running. you know, this is just a suggestion, for everybody, But yeah, that little side thing, I've made myself take notes too. Like I'm trying to get better too, right? Uh, so yeah, word fast. Another thing you could do, just if you're going into those situations where hey, I'm going in, I know these people gonna be cooking these things. Go in with an intentionality of meditating, right? Practice your meditation, um, open eye meditation while things are going. So, like, I know a lot of people do meditation where they close their eyes, and hum and the sounds and the chants and all these kind of things, right? Well, what do you think will happen when you're able to get there in the room full of people that's around you, right? And you can get to that place and function on a different dimension. So that's something different, right? I kind of went. I don't know if I went too far over there, but that's one of those things that you when you go in. So example is if I'm going to a family gathering, right? And it's a surprise. Hey man, can you get over here, right? Can you get over here? We all finna get over here. Want to eat. I'm not gonna go eat, so I'm going in with the idea, okay, let me take this as a meditation time. I don't wanna expend a lot of energy while I'm out here, right? Because one, I'm not eating them, everybody else is getting some food and they're doing their thing. So I'll run off of reserves, but I'll take it more as a introspection, because then again, this is just a exercise to build your willpower. So you're gonna be going in with the intent of let me meditate through this. You know, let me think. You however you want to put it. Let me think about it. And as you're thinking, you can remind yourself, hey man, you know what? I'm choosing to make my temple what it's supposed to be, or as best it can be, at the best of my ability. Just like I said, remind yourself of your why when things get tough. Brian God said, I go in with the thoughts that they had their cats on the counter when they were cooking, or they let their dog lick the spoon, so I don't have to buy food. Yeah, yeah, and that's right, right. That's the intentionality. You saying, hey, if I'm coming in and I'm trying to work on my willpower, I know I want to eat. The food smells great. But what do like you said, I might tell myself there was cats and dogs on there, right? You know, or you can tell yourself, hey man, you know what? I love me. I ain't gonna eat. You ain't got to explain this. You ain't got to explain nothing to you. So ain't gotta explain nothing to us, right? So, yeah, trick your mind. So the next okay, here's a challenge. So the next time you get ready to do that where you trick your mind, right? Don't trick your mind. I just think about it. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it, but just think. There's 2 paths for you not eating. You can play a trick on yourself, which isn't kind to yourself. It wouldn't be kind to me to trick myself, right? Well, I get it. You trying to mentally get through that moment. But now you have another tool in your toolkit, right? It's a vegan toolkit, right? So now when you go in and that idea, you know what? There's not cats and dogs on there. I'm just choosing to build my temple. And the challenge is when you get done and you leave that experience, how much different would you feel experience 2 different paths, 2 different ways of doing it, but how much different would you feel afterwards knowing my intentionality is really going and, knowing that I'm not finna trick me, I'm not trying to play no games 'cause again, it goes to the why. Once you know why, right? Yes, it's always easier said than done. That's why we call 'em exercise. You get them sometimes with you You might pick up 10 pounds, you might not be able to put them up yet. So sit them down, get the files, and start working on those. You gotta remember this is the process. This I mean, I've been vegan for 15 years, but I mean it was probably maybe I'm thinking back maybe 2, 3 years, where the process of maybe, a little bit longer, probably about 4 years of the process to get there. Like 15 years ago when I was just sounding like I'm done. So leading up to that, like I said, it was just a process. I had to exercise that a little. And you're right. It was, easier said than done. Much, much easier said than done. But then again, what are we working on? We're working on our willpower, right? And our intention for doing all of this is to work on our willpower, right? So knowing that, now when you kind of approach the subject, okay, it's easier said than done, but how many other things, man, you got a whole book, right? Cool book, right? I mean, you got poets, you could, you really could, you got the scrubs, all these things. That stuff is easier said. That's to me is harder than that, you know? You said yeah, it said plant-based and organic 3 years. It was easy as a click because I was sick, but my body and mindset isn't the same. I had to do something other than just do it and continue. Yeah, you're right, and that's what I mean is the intention. Like whatever you're eating, as long as you are in yourself, and for me and myself, you're trying to do the best for your temple that you can, right? Given the circumstances, right? You know, um, so you said writing is easy for you, yeah. You said, but see what I mean? So it's some things that's easy for you, some things for me. I'm like, I gotta sit myself down. I can now if I'm recording, I can talk all day, but not sitting there writing all this stuff down, you know, it's one of them deals. So yeah, no, eat to the best ability that you have. What's your intention? So whatever your intention behind whatever you eat, as long as you're following your intentions, then that's cool. Because again, at the end of the day, you answer to you, right? You're the one who got to live in the temple, and you're the one who gets the benefits for your own decisions, whatever the benefits or consequences. That's your decision. So you get that. So you get to say, hey, you know what? Even right now, eating healthier than maybe the last generation or what we were taught to eat, you already made strides in that, you already got that. So, sorry, this thing here. Well, I'm gonna head on out of here. Y'all got any questions? Anybody got any questions before I get out? I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. I just want to kind of get my feet wet with this deal. We're gonna do a little bit more. Probably gonna be doing them on Mondays, more than likely. If y'all got any other days, drop me a comment in the comment section. Like I said, we'll put it together. Yeah, yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, you're very welcome. Like I said, this is for y'all. Like I said, I've lived that part of the experience. So now it's just for free. Let me share it with y'all. Y'all ask me the questions, and we'll put the answers out there in the galaxy. Like I said, for free. We not knowledge should be free. That's just I'll teach you for free. Y'all know that. Y'all already know that. So to everybody that's out there, thank y'all. We'll see you at the Doc Bookshop tomorrow. For those who gonna make it out, it's gonna be really live. We got a lot of good stuff coming up. Just throughout the Metroplex, man. Just kind of tap in, man. There's a lot of talented people out here, so I'm really excited. Life is good. I'm feeling good. I hope y'all feeling good. So, with that, I say peace and bliss.